Indeed. Division 5. This is going to be between the best rocket player, jKenz, of this division, and the best rail, or hitscan player, as I might say. And the most... Oh yeah, or the smartest player as well in Floormassacre, who is currently sporting the clutch in the lobby. We'll see if it goes that far, or if jKenz is just going to remove that little robot. Well, he's not so little, but... Yeah, this is what we are here with. Both players are in the lobby right now. I think if you actually play against a rocket heavy player, having something in your pocket like a clutch or a Doomslayer kind of makes this weapon a bit more weaker, because it's kind of hard to hit those champions. Oh, sorry, Mr. Boxy, I just saw your question.
Floormassacre needs a minute. Yeah, so like you said, Floormassacre has been awarded the strongest rail, strongest LG, and the biggest brain. While jKenz, or jKenz, has the awards most aggressive playstyle and strongest rockets.
Indeed. He's also was ranked 11th before the season, while Floormassacre was ranked 3rd. So, going by the seeds of the start of the season, it seems like jKenz is actually kind of the underdog in this one then.
Yeah,
we'll see how it turns out as soon as Floormassacre is back and they will start the veto.
Draw the bracket that they played up on stream. If I can find the right button. One of the thousands. Let's see.
Yeah. At this point, I wonder if you have an extra keyboard where you remapped all the keys.
There we go. This is the standings, and this is the route that they took. Like, yeah, if you saw the last round 2, like Floormassacre had a convincingly lead over Hoxilla, but jKenz versus KPF was much closer. Okay, they are back. So let's see.
Okay, there we go. Exile is out. Veil is out. I would love to see Exile though, but okay. Veil and Exile are out. I think Veil is... I'm not sure. I've seen Razy play Clutch on Veil a few times, but it's Razy, right? And I'm not even sure if Floormassacre is planning to play Clutch, but okay. Those two maps are gone. Now we just need to find out the order of all the maps.
Yeah, so the start will be Corrupted Keep.
Nice, okay. Small map to begin with. Allows for a lot of champion picks, to be honest. I mean, you can play Galena, Doom, BJ, Keel, Sorlek, Anarchy even. Some crazy guys play stuff like Nyx. Okay, and next is Embrace. So we're going from a small map to another small map. I wonder if we are going to see the like Awoken next, or if we are going to go to the big maps first, because there will be Molten and Ruins at some point. But now, first, all the small maps before we are going to the bigger ones. Ruins is going to be the fourth. And now we know that Molten is the last, so we are going to go for the champion veto now. This means that they will ban one champion for the series, and then each champion that gets picked is out for the rest of the series as well.
And we're gonna get a guest on the stream. Hamo is going to assist you with this one.
Nice.
And he probably wants in.
No Eisen, no DK. Okay, that's nice. I like the decision that's there as well. Because I think especially on CK, Death Knight is a very valuable pick. Can be on Embrace and Awoken, of course, but especially CK. I think the layout fits the Flame Strike pretty well. Welcome, Hamo.
Hey, how you going?
Hello.
Doing great. How about you?
Great. How good was our first game? I loved it.
Yeah, that was really nice. A good start for the day.
Great start for the day, and yeah, now we got this Division 5 Grand Final.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, we have done the veto. So, do you know anything about the two players, so that you could explain why they went for banning Eisen and Death Knight respectively?
I cannot tell you why they banned Eisen and Death Knight respectively, but I can tell you that jKenz is part of the fellas, and he has the fellas' support behind him. And Floormassacre, he's a bit of a rogue unit that's come into Quake Champions, and a bit of an unknown to a lot of the community. And he's just come in swinging hard. He's got a really sharp rail, and I think we'll see it on display tonight. So whoever will win this game, it's all up in the air right now. And yeah, I think it'll be an entertaining one.
Yeah, we've just seen that they locked in their picks. jKenz is gonna rock the Solag, and Floormassacre seems to be rocking the Ranger, so I've gotta say, I myself love to play Solag on CK, so I'm a bit biased here. But I can see that the Ranger is definitely a decent choice, and given Solag's big hitbox, I think the Orb is especially strong. Like, for the additional damage.
I wasn't here for the picks, but was Solag or Ranger picked first? Which one was the counter?
I didn't really see it in chat, they just seemed to lock them in.
Well, yeah, it's not always a bad pick to go for the burst damage against the Solag, because Solag's burst damage can be quite low, I guess. You know, more of a damage over time. And, you know, those heavy champs, you got to get their stack down so quickly to get the kill.
Prepare to fight.
But we're getting into this one here. Who are we starting with?
I would first start with jKenz, actually, to see how well he maneuvers the big lady around the map. Starts at the rocket launcher, picks up the HG. Oh, and the spit is being hit. This is nice. Fortunately for Floormassacre, it was just before he picked up the Mega, and there we go. This is how good the Orb is actually against the Solag. Immediately drops there.
The chase down with the Orb, it's just, you know, you need to be able to catch the fast champions, and I think maybe Ranger was the perfect pick here.
Yeah, especially in combination with that great lightning gun aim, sitting still on 60%. Getting 2 kills with it, already 500 damage is being done. Oh, and the dominant start in the start, like, it's not stopping. jKenz is sitting on 1 HP right now. Make that 0, as Floormassacre does not really care to pick up any health bubble. He's enduring all the burn of the acid. And this is a rather explosive start, Hamo.
4 frags in 45 seconds, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. He comes in here with the orb, almost gets another kill as well to make that 5 frags, but not quite, and jKenz has managed to even the ground a little bit, although Floormassacre still in certain control of the items.
Positional wise, I love that jKenz positioned him on top of Heavy Tower, but then again, oh no, he will die despite getting the item. jKenz, nicely placed acid there. I was gonna say I love the position, but then he gave it up, and in the end it still worked. And yeah, jKenz now actually has an in on that Mega, but he vacates the area beforehand, and Floormassacre should be able to pick it up, but he is even going to punish jKenz heavily and maneuvered himself completely out of position. But the hesitation from jKenz actually results in him dying another time. Nice use of the orb again, avoiding huge nails with it. And there we go. Oh, this should be a trade.
Oh, can he make the HP bubbles in time? He's not gonna get there. Oh, and he gets taken down. jKenz with the follow-up frag. Bit of a sloppy movement there by Floormassacre, but Floormassacre well in the lead here. 4 frags is not too much on Prophet Keep, especially with 8 minutes to go. But you know, very convincing start here so far from Floormassacre, and I think we're seeing exactly what we thought we'd see. You know, Floormassacre coming out swinging hard, strong aim, hitting all of his shots, and jKenz needs to, you know, work on the brain game. You know, he had that acid spit on the heavy before, baited him around the heavy to get the kill. We need to see more of that from jKenz if he's going to bring this one back.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, he also needs to be able to find some sort of rotation, like in terms of getting item control and keeping it consistently. Trading the items right now in this situation is okay for jKenz because he still has HP overstack, and picking up the heavy will result in him in being up to the max basically. Just needs to fight Floormassacre, avoid the orb. Oh, but maybe avoid the rockets as well, because this one definitely hurt. Orb is being used. Spit is ticking down, and one good rocket should actually seal the deal. And I like the patience of jKenz there, letting the burn of the acid finish off the frag for him. Oh, and just making it back in time. Huge rockets, and there we go. It's a 2 frag game, Hamo. Just as you said, how fast CK can swing.
Oh, and the refrag comes straight back in. Both these players just hitting all of their shots off the spawn, and neither player can keep him at bay. Here we go, another one. And he won't get taken down. Floormassacre getting away there on 9 HP. Able to just get out of the range of that lightning gun and survive. And yeah, we're just seeing a back and forth fight right here. We thought jKenz might have been down and out after that slow start, but he's brought it right back. And yeah, a couple of smart plays, seeing jKenz right in contention here.
Yeah, I really like that jKenz always seems to be able to fall back to the heavy when his opponent is out of armor completely. Forces Floormassacre to show up at one of the lights, and this makes it kind of predictable, so jKenz should be able to set up traps. Huge use of the acid again, and the rockets just bounce Floormassacre around despite using the orb. He can't really get away from them at all, and this time we could see jKenz pick up both items, or at least punish Floormassacre for going for the heavy, but no, he's a bit too late. Fumbling his movement maybe.
jKenz actually went for a massive rocket jump there, but he wasn't able to get quite high enough. He would have been able to cut off Floormassacre, but he's still holding Floormassacre out of this mega room. He wants to get this next mega. It's not spawning soon. That was a massive direct rocket there out of nowhere, and Floormassacre knows it. But Floormassacre doesn't have the timing on these items. Just running between the heavy, back and forth. Now he's got time on it, but he still doesn't know when the mega is. Whereas jKenz, I think he'll have a fairly good idea of when the heavy is, and definitely have the timing on the mega. So the next rotation should be on jKenz's terms. Floormassacre might be in a bit of trouble from here.
Indeed, and especially because we just see both abilities being up on cooldown as well. If jKenz is able to get spit on Floormassacre after the mega is picked up, it will be just pure damage. There's no item in this fight that will be able to turn down the burn.
Oh.
But actually,
that rocket was so close to hitting him.
I was ready to shout what a huge rocket, but it just didn't show any damage numbers.
He's caught him, and he's doing huge damage, but he can't finish him off. And both players on about the same stack, but
Oh, this time that's a huge direct to finish off the fight. What a clutch shot that was.
Stopwatch.
I was kind of prepared for jKenz dying another time here, but it seemed like, yeah, his fade array rocket showed that he watched some Dirk Nowitzki frag movies, basically.
Absolutely. And jKenz knows this Mega spawning next. He's just kind of scoping out the area, looking for Floormassacre. He's not quite able to deal the damage that he wanted to do, but he knows that he can get this Mega and quickly go to the heavy, but a little bit of a stuff up on his movement, and that will give Floormassacre enough time to, easily get this heavy uncontested. And now Floormassacre does have the stack advantage.
Oh, the op does not really deal too much damage, but following through the teleporter with that stack advantage, you can afford to take a direct there. It doesn't really matter. Lands a direct himself. Floormassacre is back on a 2-frag lead. It looked kind of promising, but jKenz couldn't find the rockets he needed on that last encounter, and almost getting completely floated by the lightning gun of Floormassacre here. Despite Floormassacre being tracked, I was gonna say I like the position of him because he has better stack, but huge rockets from jKenz, earning himself the heavy. He should be able to find Floormassacre as well. They meet in the middle. 40 HP is what's left. The rocket did not really help jKenz away, but this one might be. jKenz does not really push through the choke point. There we go. Huge rockets from Floormassacre, followed up by the orb, earning the item mid-fight, putting off the spit again. 3-frag game. And I think after the first minutes, where it was a 4-frag game for Floormassacre, this is the biggest lead we just see again. I mean, it was down to the wire. Yeah.
It's just it really is a tale of, like, does Floormassacre hit the giant shots, and it's just hitting them over and over again. The damage output from this guy is just phenomenal. And jKenz, you know, maybe pick the heavy champion, you know, thinking, okay, we need to be able to slow this guy's damage down, or at least absorb it somewhat, but it isn't quite working out, and we're just going to need a little bit more of a brain game, I think, from jKenz if we're going to see him be able to overcome Floormassacre in the rest of this map.
Yeah, I think what's helping Floormassacre playing this aggressive and combat heavy playstyle is that he's getting the items. He's picking up more mages than jKenz, and this is what's kind of leveling the stack, and then putting out more damage will always net you the win in a fight. But now he could win, but 2 HP is all what's left for jKenz, I'm saying. Floormassacre, of course, getting away with another frag, but finally jKenz can bounce back.
1 minute
A
warning.
much needed frag. It's 1 minute 5 frags. It's kind of unlikely, but maybe we are gonna see a miracle. It's CK after all. I mean, we've seen 4 frags in 45 seconds as well already.
And Floormassacre's most used weapon right now, the lightning gun, he is hitting 42% with it. And, you know, remember, this is Division 5. This is the Division 5 of the Aspect Quake League. You don't expect people to be able to hit 42% lightning gun in Division 5. And, you know, Floormassacre, that just goes to show how heavy he hits.
And you gotta say that it was literally, like, it's probably more than 42% because he's been spraying with a lightning gun when jKenz was around corner, or when he get bounced through the room by rockets, he did not stop shooting. So the effective lightning gun that guy hit is massive this fight, as well as the rockets. The last frag of the game could be a highlight frag itself, and there we go. Fucking convincing map number 1 from Floormassacre, to be honest.
Yeah, and if we got any fellas in the chat, come on, let's hear you. Let's hear the fellas in the chat. Let's hear the support for the jKenz. You know, I think he needs some of your energy. You know, give him some of your fellas' energy. Throw your weight behind him. Let's see if jKenz can make a comeback. But that was a really strong performance there by Floormassacre.
Yeah, that was like, from an executional standpoint, and I think an item control standpoint, insanely convincing. I kind of understand now why he was such a high favorite in the odds going into this map. As
Yeah,
for map number
so-
2, Deep Embrace, it's an equally small map, but it plays quite differently from CK.
Yeah, you know, very rail heavy compared to CK, obviously with no rail. But both maps are quite small and spawns and refrags kind of happen a lot on them. But you know, as I said at the start of this, Floormassacre I think did win the best rail in the division award, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he did.
Yes.
So, and he also won strongest LG, but jKenz won strongest rockets. So, I mean, this is a rail heavy map, but maybe we'll see some great rocket plays come out from jKenz, and yeah.
I mean, it has its choke points where you have to go through, right? Especially if you fight on heavy, the rockets is what's going to count and going to make you win or lose the fight. So if jKenz finds a good way to play around that item, I think he has a good chance of using his asset as the strong rockets to actually give him an edge. And I'm going to watch this one from the sideline while you and Rob will take this
Yeah,
map
awesome.
and
Thank
guide
you.
us through it.
It was a pleasure to cast with you, Lyko. It's the first time I think I've ever talked to you or cast with you, so...
Yeah, probably. It was really nice. I loved it as well.
Okay, hey Rob, how you doing?
I'm great. It's like, yeah, I've been awake for 2 hours now, and when I woke up, it was dark and gloomy. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the place we are watching right now, and yeah, I'm starting to feel awake. The coffee is kicking in, and yeah. Looking forward to cast with you again. I see the players already. And we are gonna get a lot of screaming in Deep Embrace.
A mirror matchup yet again. We got BJ versus BJ. Both players gonna pull out the BJs against each other. And yeah, we got jKenz with the army camo backwards cap BJ, and we got Floormassacre with the, I guess, army outfit. I don't know what to call it. BJ as well. Both of the characters looking very similar here. Probably play in a very similar way as well. So this might be a very similar mirror matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, are they able to spot each other with those colors? They will disappear in the map.
Well, on this map, definitely.
Ooh, but if you look at the predictions from chat, Floormassacre is still the heavy favorite in Deep Embrace. Like, yeah, his orb and aggressiveness was a big deal in his win. And now it's a mirror matchup. You take us away. Which one do you start on?
1. Fight.
We're going to start on Floormassacre. Sorry, that was a little bit slow. And he will get the heavy machine gun mega spawn, goes straight to the lightning gun, gets this light armor. And now they're going to fight each other at the railgun. Typical start on this map. Fight over the railgun to get the map started. But jKenz does have the railgun in hand, and you could see Floormassacre thinking about going and getting that railgun. Not quite sure about it, but he does catch him on the jump pad. Doesn't quite finish him off. jKenz trying to get away. He hits a rocket, but not quite enough damage, and he will get taken down there. So Floormassacre with a strong start on this map, and now he has that elusive rail in his hand.
Wow, we still get a fight. Double LG against missing rails. And oh, he does return one shot, but gets zapped away anyway. But yeah, he did dish out some damage. That rail is an opening into the next track. Like jKenz needs to get some poverty items before any major item appears. Oh, and he's just being punished. But Floormassacre isn't following through. So items are up again. They both take one. And we're ready for a fight again. Now the double LG from Floormassacre. On to jKenz, who has a great escape path.
And yet again, we're seeing 37% LG come out from Floormassacre. Only 28 from jKenz, so that is quite a discrepancy there. But not many shots have been fired this game so far, so small sample size. And Floormassacre just lining up those rail shots, delivering that damage, and trying to put jKenz on that back foot.
They're answering with the LG while the rail was missing. Did a
Can't
lot.
catch him around the pillar.
No.
Oh no! The dance around the pillar was so majestic from Floormassacre. He's just avoiding that double wield, and jKenz just couldn't catch onto him.
Yeah, he is at the wrong item though. Yeah, is there gonna be punishment? Oh, jKenz was not around for the pickup. Curious, does he have rail? But yeah, he does have the upper position, so Floormassacre is just finding an in without taking any damage. He finds the jump at, yeah, being not covered by jKenz, who's already waiting on the heavy.
Floormassacre pops the dual wield. He's got his double BJ out, and the dual wield comes out from jKenz as well. He's got the positional advantage, but Floormassacre able just to hit the final shot. That fight really could have gone either way, and Floormassacre extends his lead to 2 here.
Yes, and is still rather healthy and is also dishing out the damage. Oh, jKenz gets the heavy, but oh no, he flies through the air, releases great rockets onto Floormassacre. They're both really weak and fighting for this Mega Health, who's just not spawning yet. Floormassacre has the right weapon out and seals the deal before the Mega Health spawns. Like, his fights are more favorable because every time he gets the frag, there is an item waiting for him. Oh, but
jKenz goes through that teleporter with like less than 25 health at Floormassacre, who had like 100 health, but because it completely surprised him, got the kill. Very risky play there by jKenz. And jKenz needs to get his mega health now. He's not going in the right direction. He wants to get the lightning gun, but Floormassacre's actually cut him off. What can he do in this situation? And jKenz doesn't know the mega health is up. He's still chasing versus Floormassacre. Oh no. Floormassacre, I think, a little bit confused right now. He's decided to go and get the mega health himself. And jKenz, I think, you know, we'll be able to get this heavy armor, so has evened it up, but a very confused player right now, I think.
He finally gets the lightning gun, but misses out on the position. Floormassacre actually jumping down, and jKenz, yeah, trying to dance around the pole, but Floormassacre hits a rocket. Oh, nice flick shot. It is a little bit early, but yeah, jKenz did not have the upper position to punish the stance of Floormassacre. And Floormassacre gets the mega health free, while he loses out on the heavy. Oh, I'm surprised that no rocket hit from jKenz, but his LG is collecting.
He's trying to push him, but he can't get up here. Floormassacre has a positional advantage. Oh my goodness, that rail was so clutch. Pushes him away, but is Floormassacre coming in here for the kill? And he gets it! Oh my goodness, Floormassacre has timing on the mega, knows it wasn't up, saw jKenz go there, thought maybe jKenz is under 1 rail worth of health, came back in with 30 health only, and got the frag, and there you go, jKenz, maybe a rage push off spawn just there, and tries to get the follow-up.
Look at this. Well, yeah, he's so aggressive. He needs to force the issue, or he wants it. He gets it in the end, but yeah, in the meantime, he did die 2 times in a row. But yeah, he still has 4 minutes to do something about Floormassacres. Yeah, I think it's the major items that's a big play in Floormassacre's game plan.
definitely. I think he's playing around the major items where it seems like jKenz is more interested in just trying to catch Floormassacre from behind and do damage coming in from behind. But I don't know if that's going to work out versus a player like Floormassacre. It seems like Floormassacre, you know, he's hitting really, really hard, and doesn't matter if he's being chased or if he's the chaser. But just as I say that, jKenz just comes straight in, catches Floormassacre with a perfect rocket at the right time, and just absolutely deletes him with no damage return whatsoever. So this is jKenz's moment to turn the map around. He knows when the heavy armor is. He's coming in for it. Movement mistake could be costly, and that means that Floormassacre does get a rail on him. Another rail, and oh, he comes in for it. Luckily, Floormassacre went to go cut him off.
Oh, and he can get the mega health.
And he's still got full control of the map, even though Floormassacre's hitting all these rails. So Floormassacre not quite able to capitalize on all those hits. Oh, and an absolute deletion there with the dual wield. Catches Floormassacre out completely, and only 3 frags in it now. 2 minutes to go.
Wow. The rocket, and yeah, Floormassacre is not going to the heavy. He also wants to fight. Both players low. Both items up. Oh, but the frag goes to Floormassacre, who gets greeted by the mega health. Yeah, heavy onto Jenkins' chest, but not much overstack on him. Oh, wow.
Oh,
What is happening?
What is that? What was that?
Yeah, I do think like Jenkins from the start had the better weapon out. Like the LG is consistent damage against missing rockets, but then he just flew in and surprised everyone on the server and got away with a nice
had,
frag.
20 health as well.
Yeah, I think Floormassacre is still a little bit lost. Does not know that heavy is up. And Jenkins spots it. So, wow, he has so much stack to work with. Meets Floormassacre, who enables the double wield with LG in hand. Yeah, he is on the back foot, being outstacked by a large margin. Oh, but it might be that Jenkins is chasing him into the mega health, yeah? Is he going to... Oh, he falls down. Does release a nice rocket and some splash damage to follow it up.
Loving these rocket jumps by jKenz now. I can see the value in them. He wants to make sure he has that position, but Floormassacre doing a great job of evading. And what a setup here by Floormassacre. Took him into the jump pad, pulled out the LG. Oh, jKenz really lucky the Floormassacre didn't turn around right then and just zap him. And oh my goodness, jKenz, a couple of really lucky playouts just then.
Yeah, is he going to seal the deal? Oh no, he gets so much damage in return. And, oh wow, he's just not sealing the deal.
He's got him. There's 15 seconds, it can be done. He's got to go hard though.
Yeah, pedal on the metal, but no, he does not hear any sound hint from Floormassacre. And the timer runs out.
You lose.
Wow. And we saw some pretty interesting plays there by jKenz, and he did bring it back in that final 5 minutes. That was a really close smash. The final 5 minutes. He just needs to take that momentum into the next map and keep it going. But yeah, we see again only 2 rails hit by jKenz, only 4 rails taken by jKenz that match, and meanwhile, I think Floormassacre hit something like 15 rails, so that is that's a big difference in rail output. And yeah, when your opponent like Floormassacre is using his height to nullify your rockets, the position, you might need to be using the LG or rail a little bit more. But yeah, tough match there for jKenz, and great performance from Floormassacre.
Yeah, that map was really close. Also, in terms of control, it seemed like a lot more evenly matched than CK was. Insane. Okay, so now it's Ruins next. No, is it Ruins next? It's Awoken.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's Awoken. Seems like jKenz has been locking in the Ranger immediately. But it was played already, right? So he can't play it again.
Sorry, who was?
Wasn't Floormassacre the Ranger on map number 1?
Only the player that picked the character can't play that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So jKenz is allowed to play. Okay, my bad
Yeah.
then.
Yeah,
So-
this is the divisions 4, 5, and 6. They don't use the grinder. They have their own champion. So, you know, you got to let those players pick the champions that they're more confident on, and not just have them banned to oblivion through grinder.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, makes
yeah,
sense. Okay,
Bit of a
so we
nice
basically
system.
did the matchup of matchups on Awoken. Ranger against Doomslayer.
yeah. And who would you say is the favorable matchup in this game?
Generally speaking, I'd favor the Doom. Especially having the
I'll give this one to you, boys. Enjoy.
the free maneuverability, let's say that, like you don't need to collect vials to bridge certain gaps. But then again, the Ranger can do things that the Doom can't as well, like going from heavy straight to mega through rail is not a thing that a Doomslayer can do. Let's see how it turns out. I mean, I would be
Round begins in
starting this in jKenz as he needs to
1. Fight.
pull this one back if he wants to stay in the series. And here we go. jKenz starting at the heavy as well, picking up rocket launcher and the green armor, slapped on his chest. Now he just needs the rail. The Unholy Trinity would be complete. I think for Floormassacre that would be rockets. And there we go. The damage opens up. jKenz with the first tickling on the opponent, evening out the stacks, giving him maybe a little edge. Oh no, the trap is there!
Comes in.
Lightning gun on! Oh, I love the play from jKenz.
Taken.
I wonder if
Completely
Floormassacre
perfectly
had
positioned.
any idea that jKenz was even there, because he just came straight in, had no idea. And yeah, jKenz set up the perfect bait to catch him on that jump pad.
Yeah, I think despite losing the heavy, that play was still worth it because he has all the weapons, he's in a good position, he has the lead as well. Just running out of lightning gun ammo now, he needs to find a way to be able to pick up one of the items to stop Floormassacre from getting full control. And I think he will be able to pick up the heavy. No, he vacates the area just!
Lead tied.
And the lightning gun is enough to remove the remaining HP. Floormassacre ties it up, and I think that could have been okay-ish for jKenz if he just picked up that heavy, Hamo.
Yeah, he didn't pick up that heavy, it really cost him, and then that rail from Floormassacre crippled him. But they're meeting here at T. Both players want to fight. jKenz comes in with the lightning gun, it does some damage, but the damage output from Floormassacre is unreal, and jKenz has to back off here. Floormassacre with the chase down, leaves the Mega up, knows that he can go get it, and what a finish there by Floormassacre. So much damage he's outputting right now. What are these rails?
Yeah, that's crazy. Not only the rails, but Floormassacre took 10 rockets to hit the first one, and that was a direct as well. The damage output from this guy in the past 2 fights is just amazing. This guy is hitting his shots left, right, and center at the moment. And I also really like his positioning in terms of where he's rotating. He's just giving up position on that Mega now, but jKenz is immediately capitalizing on it as well. Orbing in to not risk getting any damage, and 14 HP is what's left on Floormassacre. He really needs to be careful. One rocket could have killed him there. But fortunately, jKenz was weak himself and can't really do anything. Just as I say it, he steals away.
Floormassacre currently hitting 75% rail. Meanwhile, jKenz hasn't hit a single rail yet this game. That is a real sign of how this match is going right now for jKenz. Oh, Floormassacre just unleashing havoc with the railgun.
Yeah, and even when he's not getting the items, he makes sure that he's getting the damage after his opponent picks them up. Floormassacre seems like, yeah, his game plan is working out perfectly. Either he is in position to punish the pickup, or he's in the position to pick up the item himself, and there he goes. Uses the double jump to avoid the rockets. Deals significant damage to his opponent, and jKenz needs to find the scrambles. Oh, and he traps himself down at the rail light, and another
what a
beautiful
finish!
rail shot from Floormassacre. Just
The
gets him
LG to
first
rail
goal.
combos the Floormassacre has been pulling out. It's
with the
insane.
midair.
Oh my goodness, the damage! There is like nothing that anyone can do against that if you're jumping into a room. The direct, the mid-air direct, and then the rail. That's just an absolute deletion there by Floormassacre.
Yeah, the execution of this guy in another hundo. Seems like this guy is somewhat of a binary rocket shooter. Either it's the full 100 or it's none. But here we go, he finds him again. Oh, I love his movement so much around the map. He's always able to find jKenz, but jKenz with the turnaround, aggressive ore play into Floormassacre's face, almost wins that fight. Floormassacre is fortunate to go out of there, slapping the heavy on his chest, and now he's looking as good as ever. And I think he's able to fight this. jKenz can't punish that push through the choke point with a rocket launcher. He gets caught off guard, and nice lightning gun to rail combination again. jKenz is looking worse for wear. Oh, and rail after rail is hitting. This man has been... He's still well above
totally warmed up
70%.
right now. Can I just say, like, I don't think, I know we've said it a lot of times so far in the last 4 minutes, but I don't think he's missed a single LG to rail combo, and he's hitting 42% LG and 71% rail right now. It's just huge.
Oh, getting caught a little bit out of position, dropping from the mega platform. But jKenz is aggressive, and the gauntlet frag to defeat the Berserk is actually, yeah, with snapping in the mega. Nice rail, but fortunately, Floormassacre was able to pick up the light armor at lightning gun as well. So even getting hit by that rail doesn't make him look too shabby stack-wise after winning that fight.
Yeah, and Floormassacre so quick with the Doom. He just travels around the map so quickly, and he's just so easily can just grab a weapon and just unleash so much damage by just moving around the map so quickly. But jKenz coming in here aggressive as well, and the mutual frag comes out. jKenz having to use his ability for that one, and we'll be able to get the mega though. And so jKenz actually coming out on top of that situation. Will we see a fight over this heavy?
Yeah, I think jKenz needs to fight for this heavy. He has kind of decent weapon choice as well, but the railgun is bringing the pain. 2 rails hit means jKenz can't really afford to fight anymore. The Berserk was popped just after from Floormassacre to get out of there without taking too much damage, and now it's a straight up lightning gun fight. jKenz having the better stack and hitting equally as much, resulting in him winning the fight, but he gave up position because he kind of feels the pressure of time already to narrow that frag lead of Floormassacre, and he keeps running into damage, and the rails is... What is this man hitting, Hamo? It's so crazy. Wow. Oh, that's just brutal.
And, you know, Division 5, I think a lot of players showed a lot of improvement, but, you know, I don't know if he won the award, but I think Floormassacre may have shown the most improvement, because this guy is playing like a Division 2 player right now, you know? If he keeps playing next season, I could definitely see him leveling up the ranks pretty quickly. And yeah, just look at this. He is just out of his mind, still hitting 46% lightning gun, 66% rail. I know I've said it a lot of times, but those are extremely high numbers in a grand final penultimate match.
Yeah, and add up onto this, the direct rockets this man was hitting. Boom, and another rail. Putting the nail in the coffin even deeper. At this point, I wonder how many nails there are in jKenz's coffin. But I think this coffin is definitely closed. And another one. Like, whenever jKenz has an opening, there are those rails that really make his day hard and harder and harder. But finally he gets the frag. He loses out on the heavy because he had to chase Floormassacre away from it. Wow, and another hundo.
jKenz, like, you know, it's every now and then you just play a map when you just have nothing in your control. And I feel a bit bad for jKenz. You know, there was actually nothing he can do in this match on this map today. And just Floormassacre came in hitting so hard, hit so many direct rockets. And yeah, we're just seeing Floormassacre play with his food right now. And yeah, definitely the deserver to take out Division 5 of the AQL this season. What a performance.
Yeah, that's as dominant as it can be, I think. Like, in terms of mechanical execution, in terms of item control, he always seems like he had a game plan that would like be suitable for the current situation in terms of where he's rotating, from what position he's planning to take the fight, what weapon he's choosing. He's making it look rather easy at this point. And yeah, it feels like out of those 17 rockets that guy hit, like, don't know, 6 at least were directs, and this is a huge mountain to climb.
He's playing for his life right now. He's got to be as aggressive as he can. He's just running into the room, whatever he can, and we might see a GG here from jKenz. I think that was his final chance. Yeah. And yeah, just a big congratulations to Floormassacre for taking out Division 5.
Yeah, and not just taking it, but rather taking it by storm. Even, I mean, especially this last map was as dominant in terms of technical execution as we've seen it. Like the weapon combination, or just the weapon choosing in general. We've said it over and over again. It's just amazing by Floormassacre how well he's playing.
Yeah, those LG to rail combos were so impressive, and the ghost rockets as well, so impressive as well. But I think you guys might be getting him in for an interview. I will need to dip out of here. I think Zanaku's on his way as well. But I'll see you guys and the rest of the chat later on. I'll be playing my own final in the Division 2 final later tonight. So
good luck.
See you guys later. And
thanks for joining
thank
us.
you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. It was a pleasure. Really nice casting with you.
Yeah,
Yes,
you too.
thank you.
Pleasure.
Good luck in your game.
Okay, so another 3-0. This might be a bit quicker than... So, Friggy XOXO69, I suppose you are Floormassacre, are you? Then? Okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's get Floormassacre in.
Yeah, he's on the way, setting up his mic. We can
Wonderful.
show the route that he took through the brackets.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes, wonderful. We can hear you.
I'm actually gotta fix my sound.
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
If you yeah, just give us a ready sign, and then we'll rain down the questions on you.
Yeah, sorry, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, excellent, thank you.
Wonderful. So, first of all, congratulations for winning the division. How are you feeling right now?
Look, man, it's been like I've come from a different game completely. Like I've come from Battlefield at a pretty high level, and I knew I stopped playing Battlefield and I've come over to Quake. And I knew if you want to play FPS, you know, you play Quake because this is where the best FPS players in the world are. This game is absolutely fantastic. I had a really good training camp, boot camp. The Mark crew, Eggy, Dan, Souza, Swampy, Morge, Badger. There's a range of guys that helped me out. Some of the boys in Div 4 Lucky and Durkee, just just over the moon, man. Because like I've been playing for a month solid, and training 5 days a week. My goal was to win Div 5 because I've never dueled before. Like I just played the game a little bit, Quake 2v2 at the start, and I wanted to play duel and commit to the game, and I did that. Said, look, I wanted at least top 3, and I went throughout the season, and I got the wins, and I'm just stoked, man. A lot of when you train 5 days a week, you want to see some sort of results.
Yeah, I mean, that makes it even more impressive how well you play this game already. If you just basically had like a month of playing duel in this setting as well, that's an absolutely huge improvement you've shown there. And then, yeah, I mean, but
Yeah.
talk us through the games you've played today against jKenz. Like map 1 was
Yep.
Corrupted Keep. You had the Ranger against Saul. Like, how did you feel the games went tonight?
Well, at the start, I was a bit surprised because I think jKenz, I actually stuffed up the spawn on Corrupted Keep. I was sort of supposed to go for heavy, but for some reason I went for mega, and I just got the frag. And just sort of I was 2, 3, 4 frags in front, and the game leveled out in the middle. And then I sort of lost control for a little bit, and then I got control again, and I just sort of started leaping ahead. But it's always tough, the heavier champs and stuff, because Ranger, I think he's a medium champ sort of thing, and I know there's been a couple of times there where he would use his ability, and I couldn't see anything. I was just running around in circles, so he's hard, so he takes damage, and he's got that real sort of that sort of annoying special move sort of thing, But it was sort of real close there for 60-70% of the game of that map anyway.
Yeah, indeed. We had the same impression, and then on Deep Embrace, it seemed like a closer affair as well in terms of item control, at least. Like it felt like you shared the items more. One was on this side of the map, the other one was on this side of the map, and well, then on the last map, Awoken, it was like you were all over the place, going from the items to the items, hitting your rockets direct after direct, lightning gun to railgun. Everything seems like clicking for you.
Yeah,
What was the
like-
moment where you felt that this is going your way?
Well, I was hitting rails. I was getting in positions, and the thing is, if I was missing those rails, it would have been, I think jKenz would have got me in the end. I was hitting rails, I was putting damage, I was pushing him back from going over to the next item, so I think that helped a lot, the rails and stuff. As you said, the item control was very, it was 50-50, and he's a really good rocket player. He smashed me with a few rockets and stuff like that, and I had to be real careful, so I didn't want to get super close to him. I just wanted to use rails to sort of push him out a bit. I hit a fair few rails, but at the end there, I was just running for about a minute and a half, running because he had complete control. He was hunting me down, so I was just like, I'll just run, and I'll just sort of just keep going backwards and just try to give him more damage,
Yeah, just trying to not get caught in a bad spot, basically.
Yeah, because there's only a few frags in it, so it could easily, he could, get a couple of spawn frags, or he could get really lucky, and then it's sudden death, or he could win that map. So I decided to sort of instead of going in for a fight, I just wanted to sort of backpedal a bit and just survive, get the bubbles, get the 50s, and just keep rolling back, and just doing damage, chip damage.
Nice. I mean, that would be all the questions from my side. If the chat has anyone, they can just write them now. But I want to ask you one more question. Do you have... I mean, you thanked a lot of guys already at the start. Is there anything else that you want to say, or you want to thank someone? And, of course, congratulations again.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I just want to say, the community, Australian, and Quake, the community in general, around the world, in Australia and stuff, it's an awesome community. Everyone's willing, doesn't matter who you are. I messaged guys that I've never heard before. I said, hey, man, I'd go in for a pub game, for a pub duel or something like that. And they're like, yeah, can you teach me how to play the game? And they'll sit down for an hour, 2 hours, and teach me how to play the game, you know. And like, even though I'll be playing like Div 1 guys, Div 2 guys, like they would be smashing me, and like, but they're still willing to be, instead of, it's sort of a waste of time, you know, versus the Div 1, Div 2 guys, because like they just smash me, but they're still willing to sit down and help me out. And just the community, like the organisation, like Hamo is a mate of mine, and then Kawachi, and you know, Mick from Forest G, all those communities, like there's it's an awesome community to be in, the Quake community, you know, compared to other communities like CS or whatever. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I love the Quake community as well, to be honest. It's such a nice little bunch. I mean, it's not the biggest community, but it's definitely the best. I've
Yeah,
got
it's
a
a close
question
community.
from the chat for you, actually, if you don't
Yeah.
mind. It's a Mr. Boxy is asking what's next for you in your QC career. Like, what are your plans? Are you planning to play this like more dual and competing more, or where you want to head with what's going on?
Well, I'm probably going to take a bit of a break because it takes a toll on you. You know what I mean? As everyone knows, like if when you duel, like it takes a bit of a toll. It's like you've done a workout sort of thing, you know, and you do that 5 days a week, and you get the pressure of finals and things like that. I'll take a bit of time off. I still want to play. I love Quake Champions. I'll play a game and I'll get smashed by Swampy. You know, I'll play Swampy and he'll like 20-0 me all the time. I still find enjoyment in the game. You know, there's something about it, just the characters, the maps, just everything about it. It's awesome, you know. Yeah, but like I'll still probably play a little bit. I'm not too sure. I wanted to win a div. I won div 5, and you know I love 2v2 as well. So if Kawachi and Hamo, the boys, if they start doing 2v2, I might start playing in that. But I just have to see. But at the moment, I still want to be in touch with the game for sure. Quake is legendary. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if it's Quake World, Quake Live, Quake Champion. It's pure FPS. You can't go wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, there's so many games that are broken out there. Like Quake Champion to me is like the games. Yeah, it's broken to some of the old school guys. And they're like, oh, this game's broken. Oh, you know, shotgun does 2,000 damage or whatever. But like the game for me, like the game works for me. You know, good performance, just everything. The characters, the maps. The game's awesome. It's great fun. You know, you can join in, you custom game, play some fun games or whatever, have a laugh. Yeah.
Cool. That's perfect, man. Okay, that's it from our side, and I just once again congratulations, and I hope you have a good day.
Yeah, thanks for casting and putting the effort in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
All right, thanks guys. Take it easy.
Thanks.
Bye.